Miranda, this school's been committed to improving kids' learning for a long time and has started a great initiative called the Delany Connect. What is it and what's it doing?
Delany Connective has given us an opportunity to re-look at pedagogy and learning by changing the curriculum, by changing teaching styles and really focusing on what we call the 4 C's. Collaboration, communication, critical thinking and creativity. And we teach to all those 4 C's. The kids learn in those sorts of ways, and it's actually revealed a new space for them to express themselves, to think for themselves, to connect with the world through communication. So it's a completely new approach to seeing students as a person, as a learner, and first and foremost, and to work with their dispositions for learning. And these kids have some real issues, and that exposes how much we have to work with the processes of how to learn. So we're really focusing on that. And we've done things like change the space, big open space with the whole of Year 7 together, with teaming of teachers, working with technology as an enabler in the learning, rethinking, making the curriculum applicable to them in real world concerns.
This initiative involves kids in Year 7 at the moment. What have you noticed about their learning?
What we've noticed is that they came in with lacking a lot of confidence, very poor literacy, numeracy skills, but basically very low comprehension for all sorts of reasons. By just working on their ability to focus and to believe in themselves, they are starting to comprehend the world around them in a far deeper way and communicate with that world.
Is it fair to say they're taking a greater responsibility for their own learning?
Absolutely, and I suppose if there's one little kernel that takes it right back to what we're on about is that they own their own learning. Teachers don't own it for them, they're not transmitting to students what they need to learn. It's learners having an environment. It's the constructivist idea of education where they grow themselves. And so it's self-directed, but they need skills to do that.
Yeah. How have the teachers responded to this initiative?
They have had a massive cultural change, a complete mindset change. For teachers, when it's not about teaching, but it's about learning processes, it turns their head around. And it's a cultural change. And we have a thing called the wheel, which is based on the interpersonal, the intrapersonal, and cognition. And we value all those things rather than just cognition. So the wheel is about this learning disposition for kids to learn. It's the total person and how we relate to each other and the way we think. But the wheel's not just about the learners, it's about the teachers as well. And so they are developing these dispositions for their own learning and their own professional learning, and they're developing the 4 C's. So it's new for teachers to collaborate in this way and create and communicate. They have to live the wheel to learn to become new pedagogues for these new learners that are also learning those 4 C's.
You only have to walk into these spaces to find that something really exciting is going on. How would you describe it?
There's learning. And there's kids that want to be at school. And for teachers, it's exciting to see these palpable results from the kids. At the same time, it's been a complete mindset change for them and a cultural shift for them in the classroom and through the whole school. So with that comes great excitement, but also fear and a loss of identity from past practices that have defined them as teachers. So I have to be honest about that. There is those tensions, but there's no going back. Once you see a change in students, it's a moral imperative that you continue in this learning.